the scary part comes now.
Yes, I saw
You
this.
see ahead of us the spider.
Yeah.
We have to cross and drive underneath the spider. And below it, you see the graveyard.
Yes.
So if you want, you can jump out here.
Yeah. I saw the graveyard down below. Looking very, very cool. If I had to walk right up to this... Yeah,
Spider.
he's quite literally made a spider with pipes as legs. I mean, you got to hand it to him. That was clever. That's a really clever way of going about it. Utilising the Abyss garage door, I believe. Is that the garage door or the sheepman door? No, it's the sheepman door. So
Level door, yeah.
Yeah, he's got it floating, and used the pipes here to make it look as if it's got a bunch of legs. And you got little feelers right there as well. So yeah, that's very clever, Cheese. You've done a very good job at that. To all the people who are scared of spiders, well, tough luck. Awesome piece of work here.
Well, you can go fast if you're scared.
Good evening, Rescue enjoyers. Hope you're right, 'cause it's time for the Abnormal Barders. Tonight, every single skin is abnormal except the rocket launcher. That's the only skin that's a regular skin. Of course, these aren't like marketable and tradable, but you know, do consider buying them because they go towards the charities. So yes, we have the Neon Bed, the Sinotype Metal Frags, the Angelic Halo, the No Mercy Bed, the Thundergold Backpack, the Black Ops LR300, the Small Diving Box, the All-Seeing Eye, and the Pulsar. All of these are going to become marketable in about 30 minutes, yes, so I had to hurry up and I had to go ahead and talk about all these skins and question whether they'll be nice investments or not. Now, of course, if you don't fully understand what abnormals are, if you don't fully understand what a regular skin is, if you're confused by this terminology that I've used, please consider looking in the description right now, scroll down, you'll see at the very top 2 videos are provided. The very first video that you see is about 60 seconds long, and it'll very quickly showcase to you that abnormal skins, they become marketable before the roster even rotates. The roster rotates every Thursday, but right now, technically for a lot of people, it's still Wednesday. What's going on? Well, this is abnormals. We don't fully understand why it happens, but it happens, and we know when it happens, and we chase after these skins. Oh, yes. So what we're going to do, with all these abnormal skins right now, we're going to discuss prices for every single one of them, and then, in about 27 minutes from now, that's when they all become marketable. We're going to race to put those barders down, and hopefully we're the people with the fastest barders, because as time goes on, if there's any cheap listings that appear, we're the ones that pick them up, and we're the ones that sell them for some sweet, delicious looking profit. So, if you're a bit confused, you might have seen the first video that's in the description, and you probably don't understand how it all works. Consider watching the second video. It's about 20 minutes long, but it'll discuss and explain everything that is to do with abnormals, if that makes sense to you. So if you're not, be able to identify what an abnormal skin is, if you know when the times are for when they become marketable, watch that second video listed in the description. It'll help you out a lot. Cool. So, looking at all these skins, it's pretty interesting because we still got quite a lot of sales. Of course, with the beds there. If I were to go through all these skins now, do any of them look like interesting investments? Well, of course, let's figure it out as we go along. So, first of all, Neon Bed. And technically speaking, I should say both beds at the same time. Yes, one of them has 33,000 subscribers, one of them only has 21,500 subscribers. But the point still remains. Unfortunately, we still expect a lot more bed skins to be accepted. So if I could just quickly navigate over to here. So, not too long ago, we talked about brand new skinnables, and yes, there will be brand new skinnables. Again, don't you worry, there's expected to be even more. I seem to have lost the video I'm talking about, so let's just quickly go over to here, scroll down, there we go, brand new skinnables. There is an issue with these beds. The first few that have appeared, so last week and this week's, they have sold a lot. And tomorrow's roster, would you be surprised if we see another 2 bed skins being accepted? And then, of course, with the Halloween rosters, October 23 and October 30, would you be surprised if we see a lot more bed skins as well? Because I have looked at them. In fact, with this video that you see right here, my video that I uploaded just today, there is a lot of collection continuations, and 2 of them happen to be bed skins. They also glow in the dark. Ooh, about 8 out of 10 of the bed skins that were submitted, they glow in the dark, and that's going to probably be an even bigger problem, specifically for the Neon Bed. So consider giving that a good watch. Lots of skins listed with their workshop pages, lots of skins listed with their chapters as well. So the point I'm trying to get across is there's plenty more beds yet to come. So if I quickly hop back over to here, I was anticipating that this was going to reach up to about 33 to 37,000 subscribers. So, okay, cool. By tomorrow, though, don't be surprised that pushes up to about 35,000 subscribers. But with more beds to be expected, and after discussing this, exact same problem last week with these 2 beds, look what's happened to them. Down 42%, down 41%. It's been literally a week. Look at how bad some of these skins turned out. Oh. So I'm sorry to say, but I'm a little bit worried about this. It's a cool looking design. I'm not surprised people bought it for themselves. But if you're going to look at that and say, oh, could I potentially buy 20, 30, 40, 50, 100? As an investment, I'd personally sit here and say, I think you're better off going about halfway. So this could be another instance where it's like, okay, I reckon I'm going to only offer about 80 cents to $1.20. Because a lot of them have been bought, and yeah, 33,000 subscribers probably doesn't sound like a ridiculous amount. That's the bare minimum sales. Chances are some people probably bought 1,000 each. There's probably maybe around 50,000 of these in circulation, and that's a lot. And with more options coming out in terms of brand new bed skins and Twitch drops, there will be problems. So I'm only going to offer 80 cents to $1.20. The Sinotype Metal Frags, honestly, based on how we've seen all the other Sinotype skins pan out, so if I could just quickly go over to here, click the Sinotype collection, you'll see, yeah, some of them have dropped off. Right now, we're in the second week of October. Unfortunately, prices have dropped off, but it was expected. If this is these skins at their worst, that's fine. But wow, armor's even slipped down in price. Clothes, that's happened before, or you sold a ridiculous amount. Meds you've dropped off, and tools, but tools was the worst performing one. But still, if this is them at their worst, that's fine. What you should care more about is how do they look around January time, post-Christmas time. If I could just quickly hop over to here, look at the difference between September and October. You'll notice we're starting to see some improvement, and with the October Force Wipe being the introduction of the naval update, you should expect even higher with November 2025. So with more people expected to return as we get closer and closer to Christmas time, and of course New Year's time, well, we are expecting potentially another potential of seeing an all-time peak player count once again. All right? Things are lining up very, very nicely. Okay, so hopping back over to here and looking at how these are all, performing. Chances are, as we've gone through like 13, 14 weeks of Sinotype skins, if you've offered at least $2.20, you very likely would have picked up a bunch of them by now. So once again, I will sit here and say, for this Sinotype Metal Frags, whilst you do look like you're going to sell quite, like, this might potentially be the second lowest selling skin by tomorrow, out of all the Sinotype skins, which is a bit odd. Metal Frags, oh, okay. But again, $1.70, $2.20, I feel like it's a perfectly fine option, and I wouldn't be surprised if you do manage to pick up some of them, all right? As we go for actual the Halloween rush stores, I kind of get the feeling that's where we're going to start to see a noticeable bit of a drop with the Sinotype skins. We're not going to see a Sinotype skin tomorrow because no skins were submitted this past weekend. We're expecting to go through Halloween soon. We're going to be on a bit of a break from Sinotype. But will we see a nice return as we enter November time? I am expecting that. When the skin creators can submit skins again, you will see another Sinotype skin, hopefully. And we'll see if it gets accepted, hopefully. So cool. It might have a bit of a dip over the course of the next few weeks, but still, $1.70, $2.20 should be fine. And again, you should care more about that as time goes on, not like prices right now. It's a bit bad, but that was expected, blah, 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 blah. Let's go on, move on. Angelic Halo Miner Hat. So if I could just quickly look at the previous week's skin, the Anglerfish, which also did about 30,000 subscribers, to be precise, almost 32,000 subscribers, it's down by 21%. However, that sold for 99 cents each. So now it's at 78 cents. Give it some time, that very likely could recover. I mean, it sold for the lowest price they sell skins at. But you very strange, very goofy, very, very silly design. I did ask the skin creator, would you consider doing some angel wings or some devil horns as a counterpart? He didn't respond, but we've got to keep an eye out for what Mr. Milho Frito intends to do next. Could we see something very goofy, something very silly to accompany this, or is it just an independent thing? And if it was just to be an independent thing, would that be a-okay? Can you see a future where people be wearing these as a funny, silly joke? As just for a laugh? It's one of the goofiest skins we've ever seen. Again, I'm still surprised to see it was accepted, but conflicting. So I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to probably approach this. It has sold a lot. 29,000 subscribers so far. But by tomorrow, I'll probably be very close to the Anglerfish as well. I lean more towards I don't think it's going to hold up wonderfully. I worry for it. But then again, I know a lot of people like to put these on their mannequins. For some strange reason, it glows regardless, even though it doesn't have any fuel in it. Shrug. I think I'm probably only going to go halfway, 70 cents to $1. I think far too many of them have been bought. And there will be another one tomorrow. There will be another miner hat tomorrow. What will it be? We'll wait and see, and we'll talk about that in a bit, don't you worry. But yeah, not feeling 100% confident. But Cheese, as he says, angel costume for Christmas. Now I want to see him make some angel wings. We could get like a nice white robe as well. Oh, camouflage. Anyway, so yeah, that's cool. That's nice. We'll leave it at that. No Mercy bed. Based on what we just talked about with the bed over there, the neon bed, there will be more beds tomorrow. There will be more beds for Halloween. There will be bed Twitch drops. It's inevitable. So whilst you do look nice, and of course you are part of the largest collection in all of Rust, the No Mercy collection with 40 skins accepted in total, I I don't think there's enough to hold you up. Like, you got loads of skins here that are down in price, the largest collection, and yet some of them are down pretty bad, unfortunately. With more bids to be accepted, and with this sitting here with just over 21,000 subscribers, which isn't a ridiculous amount, but still is quite a lot, I would be surprised if it drops off, especially with that listed at $3. So, yeah, that is a bit concerning, sorry to say. But give it time as time goes on and whatnot. Don't be surprised that probably recovers and whatnot. It does look nice, doesn't glow in the dark, but do you even need a glow in the dark bed? Some people actually started asking me that. I was like, oh, actually, you know what, maybe not. So, cool, perfectly fine, but I think I'm only going to offer between $1 to $1. You know what, I might just stick with, no, I'll do $1 to $1.50. $1 to $1.50. Yeah, go about halfway. Thundergold Backpack. Right. There is a possibility you could see, you could potentially see another Thundergold skin being accepted tomorrow, because all the skins that are submitted in the previous weeks are the skins that will be accepted in tomorrow's Rust store. There's going to be quite a lot of late picks. So if I could just quickly hop over to here, you'll see for yourself that if we were to just go ahead and look at the most recent skins, oh my, what's that? It's a Thundergold miner hat that doesn't want to be seen. Oh no. Why can't I look at it? Is that broken? All right, looks like we've got some sort of maintenance, but you can see that right there. We might see another Thundergold skin tomorrow. Oh, could we have the Thundergold miner hat? We shall see. Based on the sales that we got so far of this, just over 19,000 subscribers, it lines up perfectly with all the previous clothing and armor. So as you'll notice, the boots, the gloves, the tier 3, the tier 2, on average, all of them sold between 19 to 21,000 subscribers. This right here is 19,000 subscribers. By tomorrow, maybe it might push up to about 20. Perfectly fine. Slots in perfectly. Can't complain. So, okay, cool. Collection's doing very nice. It's held up its price very nicely as we've gone through the dip. And actually, I'm thinking they're starting to rise back up again. I will need to make a video talking about the prices and of course the auto fall seasonal dip over the course of this weekend that will happen. I think we have noticed quite a lot of the prices have stopped going down now. So ooh, consider making your investments right now if you've got the funds. So anyway, looking at you at the moment, I could see it work out quite all right, because as time goes on, there will be newer people playing Rust, and there will be people sitting there like, how do I get the Hedge backpack? And they won't be able to get it, and that's probably going to be the only white backpack we currently have in the game that's like fully white. You might bring up the No Mercy backpack, black and white. That right there, fully white with a lovely bit of gold trim for the lovely lightning bolts. So what price am I going to suggest for the Thundergold backpack? Could it dip down in price over the course of the next few weeks? Wouldn't surprise me if it happens for the Halloween weeks, but then after that, as we steer closer and closer towards Christmas, ooh, I think I'm going to offer between $1.70 to $2.20 for that backpack. It hasn't sold a ridiculous amount. Slots in perfectly fine with Thundergold. And Thundergold has worked out quite nicely as time has gone on. Not everybody can afford whiteout. People look for other options. People have appreciated Thundergold. So can't help but assume it might work out well. But don't be too surprised if it drops off by about 50 cents for the next few weeks. Halloween time is a bit awkward, so. Cool. Black Ops LR300, 60 cents to 80 cents. So sorry to say, yes, it's another $3 skin. People don't appreciate LR300 skins. Click. Oh my. Down 17, down 63, down 20... Down 72, down 66, down 51. Point made, yeah. I mean, we mentioned it when we first looked at the skin. Over to here, you look at every single LR300 skin, and oh my goodness, it's all down in... Oh my, oh no, oh no, oh no. It's the weapon itself. People don't appreciate it enough, so where's the justification to own skins? So unfortunately, for you, 60 cents to 80 cents, because I cannot help just... it will go down. Yeah, it's a perfectly fine looking Black Ops skin. All the skins do look quite nice. Unfortunately, not all of them are in the positive. But that's not enough to help it out. It very likely will be slipping, and it will probably crash and burn, like most LR300 skins. Now, small diving box, a very, very interesting position that this is in. What's wrong with it? It currently is the lowest selling small props box. Fuel only did 16,840 subscribers only, but still, by tomorrow, I don't imagine this will sell that much more. By tomorrow, this very likely will be the lowest selling skin out of the whole box set. And I can confirm the skin creator does intend to make another box. We'll most likely see that around November 4th swipe after Halloween. Could this collection still continue? I look forward to finding out. But it is expected. He is working on it. And if that doesn't sell that much, as we go through good times again, will this collection rebound and work out quite nicely? Because yeah, it has dropped off a bit, hasn't it? Down 23, down 29, down 44. Whoa. But would a full-fledged, proper small box collection, let's say about 15 to 18 skins, if we get all of them, will they be appreciated? And if that does happen, if that's the lowest selling box, would that be appreciated? And with the naval update for November 4th swipe, if that's coming out, and if if it's a whole lot more important now, to dive down for, look for treasure and whatnot with the diving equipment, is that small box going to become more of a necessity? What do you reckon? So with that being abnormal, and well, it's a very nice thing to have, honestly, I think we're just going to stick with what we did before, 80 cents to $1.10. I'm interested to see how it goes, but I have to acknowledge that whilst initially it sold quite a decent amount, it did slow down. I get the feeling people aren't as enthusiastic for this one, but I'm very interested to see what happens when we roll into November time. Could you potentially see a lot of people wanting to use that small box to store all of their diving equipment? We'll see. So 80 cents to $1.10 for that one. Now looking at the sheet metal door here, unfortunately, and I said it many times already, when I look at this all-seeing eye collection, how it's built up and whatnot, I just can't help but assume it's going to end up exactly like the what's it called again? Nuke, is it Nuke Vibe? Yeah, Nuke Vibe. Nuke Vibe collection started off with a garage door, then a sheet metal door, then it got some weapons, and down 57, down 70. Both of them sold a very similar amount to what we're seeing here with this sheet metal door and, of course, the garage door. I'm very sorry to say, but we have tons of garage doors, tons of sheet metal doors, and these very likely will just suffer. I would like to see more of these skins. I know for a fact that people do seem to like it. There's a reason why the sales are happening. But will it keep its price? I'm still questioning it. So I'm $2.49. Seeing a door select that price and crash. Oh, it happened many times in the past. 60 cents to 80 cents. Very sorry to say. Thoughts are, I mean, I'm sorry to say as well, with all the stars that come out quite, recently, they're not really holding up super great. I'm surprised to see Nuke Vibes actually doing good. Props to you. But then you got all these other ones. Oh dear. So yeah, this makes sense. It's got the most transparency out of all the SAR skins. But all the other ones, I'm just kind of surprised. Popstar has gone down, but it's not as bad as the other ones, but it's still gone down. So with this design, I don't think people care enough, and I wouldn't be surprised if it drops off. How is the MP5 that came out very recently? Oh, it's down by 56%. Yeah, don't be surprised if that happens again with this. 60 cents to 80 cents. And for the deep sea rocket launcher, well, I've questioned it. Didn't sell that much. 10,500 subscribers in total by tomorrow. Maybe about 11,000. I'm questioning it, but I don't think it'll drop off that bad. I think for that one, I'm going to do 80 cents to $1.20. I feel like that when we reach the naval update, people will probably appreciate it a little bit more with its very nice aquatic theme skin. I mean, maybe if you're not feeling very confident, go for the lower price. But if you do feel a little bit more confident, offer the higher price. 80 cents to $1.20. And that right there is the only regular skin that we have for the week. So cool. You'll only be able to pick that up when we have the roster rotation tomorrow. So chat, with only about 10 minutes to go, you have to sit there right now and start figuring out what do you want to prioritize, because we have a lot of skins that are about to appear, okay? Keep that in mind. Consider them right now, okay? So, what is there to expect for tomorrow? Because if you were to go ahead and look at the workshop, you'll realise no skins were submitted this past weekend. At the very least, people should not have submitted skins this past weekend. But if you were to consider what's available then, what could we actually see being accepted? So if I were to go over to here, browse collections, it's not going to be Halloween tomorrow. At least that's what we've been told. Halloween is only supposed to be for October 23 and October 30. We have 300 plus skins. Oh my goodness. So, yep, over to here, 322 now. Used to be 324. Something must have happened. What I'm expecting is two really, really big rush stores tomorrow. As of the 23rd and the 30th. You could probably see like 20 skins each. Remember last year we've got 3 weeks of Halloween. In total, it did add up to about 40 skins in total. We'll see how it goes. So, okay, cool. And if you get a nice little preview, some of the skins, as you'll see here with the collection continuations, consider giving that a good watch. Blah blah blah. You get the idea. In regards to the skins that we just looked at, in terms of like the expectations with the estimates with the sales, too much surprise. I thought Neon Bed would be like 37,000 subscribers. But again, once people realise, there's going to be problems, not too surprising. So yeah, most of the things that I estimated here they've all matched up perfectly, it seems. But Deep Sea Rocket Launcher did undersell. Oh my. So cool. Consider keeping an eye out for my Rust Saturday 48-hour analysis videos. Keep you informed for how some of the skins are likely to perform over the course of their week in the Rust store. What are we seeing on the commits? Well, we're seeing the talks in regards to the Warhammer collaboration. On the 23rd of October, you could grab that. So, all right, cool. The first ever chainsaw skin, and apparently the first ever Spaz skin with the brand new hazmat design, looking pretty sweet. It does cost quite a few pennies, though. Right, so that's all cool. But in regards to tomorrow, I need to find Hedge. I don't see Hedge here. Uh-oh. So if I could just quickly go over to here, scroll. There you go, there's a Hedge. Going round and round and round in a circle. Let's just quickly look at all of your things. So we have the 7th, and we could look at the 23rd as well. So what I'm trying to say is, we could see skins from 3 weeks ago. We could see skins from 2 weeks ago. We could see skins from about just over a week ago. The point I'm trying to get across is, you know, all those collection continuations that we're really itching for, you know, more specifically like the clothing and the armor. What could potentially be accepted? All of these, they could be accepted. They could. But will they be accepted? That's the big question. Could you see Arnold Assault Jacket? Could you see Snakebite hoodie and pants? Could you see Sand Rhino hoodie and pants? Could you see Temple tier 2? Could you see, oh, I don't know, maybe Barbarian tier 3? If we go even further back, scroll down, as you can see, plenty of skins were submitted. Scroll down a little bit more. So what do we see right over to here? Night Demon tier 2. We also happen to have Senor Tomato Minor Hat, Funerary Friend Burlap clothing. Scroll. And of course, some Termite tier 3. Like loads of potential collection continuations. But what will we actually see tomorrow? No idea. No idea whatsoever. But at the very least, I am anticipating at least a Minus Hat being accepted. Whichever one might it be, you can tell me. What are you hoping for? Ooh. But I can hop over to micro522.com. I have to try and avoid all the Halloween skins. But yeah, Halloween. Scroll. What else do we have? Come on now. Do we have any other skins? Come on. I want to get a good idea in regards to what potentially could be accepted tomorrow. So Halloween. Oh, no. All-Seeing Eye Rug. There you go. We also have the Deep Sea Beast, Garage Door, Curse Burlap. So we do have some skins that you can see right here and get a good idea if, you know, people actually want them or whatnot. But yeah, I have no idea what to expect tomorrow. Could we still see like a random pair of boots? Well, didn't that kind of end this week? I guess. Don't know. No idea. But I can confirm no Sinotype and no small prop skin. Maybe they go really far back and pick out some things from a year ago still. Who knows? So that's all the things I could say. Feel free to comment below for this video as well. What would you like to see? What are you hoping for? What are you yearning for? What do you crave? What do you need? Comment below. Maybe that might help potentially see those skins being accepted. Could we actually get more camouflage skins? Or was the Temple tier 3 just a random one-off? I don't know. So we'll just have to leave it at that. Right then. So I've said lots of things. I hope I said it like a nice way so you can actually understand what I'm saying. Let's now skip ahead and proceed to do those abnormal barders. Okay, so chat, make sure you're prioritizing what you think you have a decent chance at actually getting. I think I want to chase after Thundergold Backpack first. I feel like that could have the best potential nice rise in the future. I'm very curious about the Angelic Halo, so I want to do that second. So, yeah, 5 seconds to go almost. I hope you're all nice and ready. Best of luck to each and every single person here, and let's see how this all turns out. All right, let's go. Yep. Come on, Backpack, appear to me. I bought enough of you. I should be rewarded. Oh, there you go. Hedge, stop talking. All right, yeah, sure. Oh, I messed that up. All right, well, at least I tried. Anyway, over to here, we have the Angelic Halo. Oh, no, not yet. Come on, don't be shy. There we go, thank you. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that. Let's see if you hold up. Let's see if you do all right in the future. Right, how many barders do we see? Come on, show me. Come on, there we go. 275. Wow. Okay, cool, that's fine. I think I got the fattest barder down. Small diving box. I'm very curious about you as well. Come on, don't be shy. I know we've got other skins, but I'm more curious about you. Last week, I wanted to focus the skin, and by the end of it, I missed it until last. Sinotype metal frags, yes, we can see barders going all the way up to about $2.30, not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and put this barder down, and I'll be happy with it in the future. I'm only going to request 30 because I was a bit slow. Now back over to here, looking at you. Hello. Right, I can see the barder. I am chasing after you. Yes, indeed I am. And there we go. Right, that's a perfectly fine look of barder. No complaints. Did I do too high? But then again, another guy did another barder above me, it seems. So, okay, I'll leave it at that. And then we have the No Mercy bed. Hello, how you doing? Right, so you got a lot of barders already, but they're only going up to a certain point because people are very aware that you might end up being a bit funny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer this amount. And I'm only going to request like 25. I don't want to request too much. Yeah. I'm sure at some point you very likely could end up, you know, going down to that price. All-Seeing Eye, not very keen with you, and I can see other people aren't very keen with you as well. So I'm only going to request 15 at that price. Now after here we have the Black Ops LR300. Again, people aren't feeling very confident with you, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go offer a timid price. And then over to here, we have the 4-star, same thing. And looking at the barders that you actually have, it's not looking very wonderful. So there you go. And what I should have done is 20, the first barder. So, okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's now skip ahead, look at all the abnormal barter support, and see whether these skins are actually going to retain their value. Could they potentially be nice investments? Could we potentially feel confident in actually jumping in and making a purchase or two? Okay. So, it's been about an hour. Can confirm. You can see prices here now on rusthelp/store. Let's actually go ahead, take a look at all the skins, and question what potentially will be holding up quite nicely, what potentially could be a nice investment out of all the skins in the Rust store. So, first up, we have the Thundergold Backpack. The sales it currently has perfectly slots in with all the clothing and armor. And right now, we're still hoping to see another attempt for Thundergold hoodie and pants. We are hopeful. I'll be foolish, I don't know. Anyway, that right there, as time goes on, I don't think we're going to see another white backpack like this. Hopefully. It does outdo the No Mercy backpack. And again, you'll bring up the Hedge backpack. Fair enough. Not going to say no. As time goes on, I don't think every single person that would be playing Rust will be able to get that. But they will be able to get that. This right here. With its barders at the moment, as you'll see over here to the right, lots of them. Almost 1,000. Lots of build up all the way up to $2 and above $2. Comfortably sitting here with loads of barders here at $2.30. Could you still slip? Yes, I did mention that. But I wouldn't be surprised if, yes, it may dip for a while, but I can't help but assume this is going to have a very, 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 very nice post-Christmas. Now, this weekend, I'll record it on Friday, but this weekend, I do intend to make a video just talking about like autumn fall seasonal dip. How bad are some of the skins? When you look at the whiteout collection and some of the other camouflage skins, they're still going down. They're still like trending downwards. The thing is though, they were high prices before. They've only gone down like a few dollars each and whatnot. As you can see, that's still trending down. But perhaps you don't want whiteout. Perhaps you want Thundergold. Thundergold's doing very good at the moment. Thundergold hardly slipped. Thundergold is in a very, 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 very good spot. Thundergold, I can't help but assume, with not that many people being able to afford the full set of whiteout, whilst they can... Oh, no. Look, just take my word for it. The prices here, they're not that bad anymore. They're good. They're good. So if you haven't made a move, some of the skins that exist in Rust, like if you're wanting to make some, make some investments and whatnot, pick up some cheaper sets, now's probably the best time. Does that look like it's still going down in price? No, it looks like it's going up. Now again, the arrival of the backpack very likely did have an impact, but I don't expect that to drop off. I do expect that to slowly start rising up in price more and more and more as we slowly reach January 2026, post-Christmas, when we see lots of people returning to play the game. So closing that, and I should close that as well, this is looking to be an interesting thing to consider buying, and I do want to buy some. I will be buying some, and I'll happily survive whatever happens next over the course of Halloween. If you are concerned, if you're still worried about, oh no, could it dip down below its Rust price? Maybe stick with like a $2.50 bar order. Try and pick these up for 50 cents cheaper. Will it happen? Wouldn't be surprised. But I can afford to deal with the pain of what happens if it does go below. Like, I bought a bunch of Temple Tier 3, and I also had the barders down. Right now, I'm still buying Temple Tier 3. But still hopeful to see Temple Tier 2. I'm still hopeful that a lot of people appreciate the Temple Tier 3 because it's the most affordable and good green camouflage that's Tier 3 armor. So that right there, I'm considering it. But you could probably try and save some money and try and do like a $2.50, 60, 70, 80 barter. Give it a shot. It's up to you. I was kind of surprised to see not that many barders on the skin. Now, what I'm talking more specifically about is like big barders. So, yeah, you do have like 200, 150, 15, 15, 10, 20, 40, 40 here, 31 there. It's not as popular compared to the other skins. And I'm questioning this a lot. I can't tell if Goofy is strong enough to keep the price up for his skin. But what I can say, this right here at $2 each, if you wanted to pick up a bunch of these, honestly, just put down a $1.50 barter. I feel like that's going to have a pretty awkward time. But when a lot of people return to play Rust, and they see that for the first time, how many of them do you reckon are going to want to buy that instantly? Just for the silliness of what it is. Is it enough? You are very likely going to be reaching very close to the anglerfish miner hat sales tomorrow. 32,000 maybe. I think you'll just comfortably be over 30,000, but there will be another miner hat tomorrow. That's the expectation. Will it be a random sort of miner hat? Will it be a collection continuation like Sinotype or Thundergold? Ooh, we'll have to wait and see. I wouldn't be surprised if that other miner hat probably gets a lot of attention and a lot of sales. Anglerfish is already down in price. What happens to you next week? If you truly wanted to go ahead and grab a bunch of these, I honestly think you are better off with the $1.50 barter. Try and pick them up for 50 cents cheaper. Where does it go from here? I don't know. Will we see the skin creator make a continuation? Could we dress up as angels for Christmas? We'll see. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. Small diving box. Also very interesting. There's a fairly decent chance that's going to end up being the lowest selling skin in the small props collection. Now, that's most likely partly due to the fact that a lot of people just don't see the need for a diving box. Fair enough. But will they see the need for it when we have the naval update in just a few weeks' time? Well, then that's a little bit interesting, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely something to consider. So I said it a lot today. I mentioned it a lot. If you feel confident that we will see a lot more skins for this collection at the very least, this is looking interesting. You know how we've kept track of Sinotype over the past few months and whatnot, and we said, well, if we get the full proper collection, things should work out steadily as time goes on. You could say the same thing with the small box set. They're only $1.49 each, not too bad. Barders pushing up to almost $1.30. There's a lot of decent barders here. Again, not that much, but it's a lot more built up, a lot more secure, and it's looking pretty interesting. It's looking pretty sweet. But will the need for a diving box actually exist? Could we see a rampant increase just a few weeks' time with the update? Blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. So, honestly, if you feel confident, jump in. Go buy some. I think you could try your best and try and put in a $1.30 barter and see if you could get them for like 20 cents cheaper. Could this crash and burn? The meds box in the small props collection has gone down pretty badly. But if you were to compare to other storage collections in the past, we do have a neon meds box. I wouldn't be surprised if people preferring that. So, okay, fair enough. Now over to here, Sinotype Metal Frags. Again, it's the same thing. We've seen this with every other Sinotype skin over the past several weeks. It's already got listings at around $3. Is that surprising? No. This right here is barders all the way up to and above $2. Is that surprising? No. We've seen this with every single skin over the past several weeks. Could you, perhaps slip below your Rustore price? Wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't. I care more about the long term. What will happen in the further future? I expect all of these to work out quite nicely. But remember, at best, on average, they'll probably only double in price. Does that sound good to you? And if not, well, you know what? Maybe you probably don't want to go too strong on these. If you were to go ahead and buy some, if you were to sit here and say, what's the likely outcome that this would turn into a profit at some point in the future? I wouldn't say no, but I wouldn't be able to tell you how much it's going to be. But it is looking to be potentially the second lowest selling skin out of all the Sinotype, but by tomorrow, it most likely won't. So we'll see how that goes. How important is there for a box to have, specifically for metal frags? Question that. Is there usage for it? Now over to here, neon blue bed. I mean, the barders aren't looking very good. No, you look like you will be going down. Selling for $2.49 each. The highest bulk barter we see is $1.44. Not looking good, I'm sorry to say. So yeah, that's definitely looking like it's going to slip down. And as I'd already mentioned, tomorrow's Rustore, do not be surprised if we see 2 more beds. Halloween Rustores, do not be surprised if we see at least 2 more beds. There will be more bed skins. There will be Twitch drop beds. You very likely will lose interest. You very likely will lose your value. So yeah. If you just bought one for yourself, that's fine. Buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them nice and motivated, keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future, right? So if you bought that because you wanted it, that's fine. That was a treat for yourself. Don't worry, don't panic. We're talking about investments. And over to here, same thing with this bed, selling at $3. Bulk of the barders ends at $1.20. So yeah, not looking great. So for both of these beds, honestly, for this one, you could just put down like a $1.50 barter here. You could put down a $1.50 barter here. You could save about $1.50 buying a bunch of these. You very likely will save about $1 buying a bunch of these for $1.50. So cool. That's not going to hold its value. $2.49, and it's got no buy order above $1. This is going to end up at around $1 and less. So yeah, don't be surprised by that. Black Ops LR300, pretty much the same thing. The bulk of the barders pretty much ends at like 80 cents. That's not retaining its value. Offer $1, you very likely will be able to pick these up for $2 cheaper. And over to here, thoughts are, you're selling for what, $2.49? yeah, just offer $1. You will very likely pick that up for a cheaper price. So honestly, out of all the skins, you're looking interesting. You're just expected to be interesting. Cool. So that's it. So I'll repeat. With tomorrow's rush store, our expectations are 100% no Sinotype skin tomorrow, no small prop skin tomorrow. But in terms of what could potentially appear, it will probably be skins submitted over the past month. So you've got like the Rust Workshop skin checks for September 23, 2025, September 30, 2025, October 7. There's lots of very interesting collection continuations in here, but it's not expected to be Halloween. So once again, I'll point out, if you want to get a nice little insight for Halloween, consider watching the Rust Halloween 2025 Workshop skin checks. But you could also look at my short videos. As you'll notice, I have a little preview there, got all the fridge submissions for Halloween. I'm going to be doing that a lot. I'm going to grab all the hammers, all the beds, all the fridges, as you see, and like loads of other things. I'm going to showcase to you what could potentially be accepted. What do you reckon will be accepted? Ooh, what do you need most? What do you want to see being accepted? Feel free to comment below. Anyway, hopping back over to here, honestly, this Rust store, it was a bit tame. Just about. But expectations based on like more beds and that strange thing. It was interesting, but wouldn't be surprising if every single skin here drops below their Rust store price at some point over the course of the next month or so. Halloween is expected to be a bit of a, oh dear, type of time. Because, yeah, really wouldn't surprise me if people kind of like, where's all my continuations? I'm going to panic. And then, yeah, Sinotype probably drops off. Small props probably drops off. Do take that into consideration. However, after that, we can only expect things to improve. Starting in November, you should keep an eye out for all the Christmas skins. Ooh, yeah, it's going to start. Oh, yes, lots of investment towards Christmas skins. People really do like to dress up and, you know, get all their bases nice and Christmas themed and whatnot. It's going to look cool. Do not forget, we also have the return of all the items for Halloween. So if I were to go over to here, type in Halloween, you should expect the return of the Dracula cape from the previous year. You should also expect this to work. There you go, thank you. Ta-da! Could we see the items tomorrow? Someone asked that. I don't expect it, but we'll see. Just remember, the items we are not expecting to see is the jack-o'-lanterns here, the happy and the angry one. Scarecrow, not expected. We are not expecting the skull door knocker. We are not expecting the surgeon scrubs, but everything is like fair game. Some of them may not be brought back. That can happen. But which ones? We are expecting a brand new wallpaper pack. That'll very likely cost about $8. Pat. If something were to be left behind, what happens to it next? You would expect it to potentially spike in price very quickly. People will assume that it's a discontinued item. People caught on pretty quickly with the surgeon scrubs. Hang on a minute, it's not been brought back. It's now $52. It used to be higher, but it's had some funny times recently. Mummy wraps, if you own any, sell them now, because they will be brought back. It's expected they'll be brought back. They'll go back to $6 again. Alright, so just, I've warned you. Carvable pumpkins, probably a pretty interesting investment, because of course, when this gets brought back, price goes up. In the Rust store, this is expected to sell for like, $4. Right now it's only $1.50. I don't know what this idiot's doing. Wait until the Rust store appears, then sell them. This is very likely to spike up, because people will want to have cardboard pumpkins, but they don't want to buy them from the Rust store for $4 each. They'd rather buy them on a Steam market for $1.50 each. And then you'll see the price rise. So, okay, cool, understood. All good, lovely stuff. So, yeah, Halloween can work out to be nice and interesting if you know how to go about it. But tomorrow, what will we see tomorrow? Feel free to comment below what you're hoping for. But all we can do is just wait and see. And so that, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Naval update is only getting closer. The Halloween update. I hope you're looking forward to it. I hope you have fun. And yeah, we'll just see how things pan out. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.